What's up, guys? Barry Game here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today we are going up against one of those difficult waves of 6 Gustin. There is so much RNG involved, where they link up, who they're attacking, who they kill, and how much damage you can output. Now, what I'm going to show you guys here is a little bit of time, me testing a couple different setups, from like all demon bells to like some CC to some golden crowns, and then we're going to try something else out. Now, I apologize, there's not going to be much audio. I think I might put some music in the background here because I had some time where I couldn't actually talk because of stuff going on, or I couldn't have the mic hot. But we're going to come back later in the video and we're going to talk about what is going on. Let's jump right into it. So this is one of those really ridiculous waves, isn't it, guys? I'm gonna try something. It's something I don't normally do, and it's a situation that I'm not always sure about, but I've been wanting to try the upgraded version of the Augustus Magic Ball, aka Gustins Groan. A little bit debatable of a name right there, but sure, we'll go with that so far. So we got 2 of them built. The problem is we don't have more of them. We've got other ones. We don't really, we haven't been saving up any of the defensive ones. And that kind of sucks because I really wanted to make one maxed out. However, we can still take the time and do this right here. Oh shoot, I actually forgot. We got to re-level it up, don't we? So I want to try it out on the Vulcan to see how tanky this artifact can be, and eventually we will upgrade this to full maximum down the road. When that's gonna happen, I have no clue. It's been forever since it feels like I've upgraded anything here. Granted, we might be getting a lot of origin artifact chests and stuff next week with the new dodge cloaks, because those might be kind of insane. We'll have to see how that turns out. So we need that, and I don't think we need to level the other one up, right? I think just having the default one here should be good to go, I think. And then we come back over here, Ormus, come on down here. We can only make it glittery because we only have 2 of them. We need 2 more to make it all the way to max. And that was literally all the dust we had, all the resources. So essentially what this artifact is doing is something pretty interesting, because normally this wouldn't be like insane or anything, but the fact that we have a crazy amount of attack, aka 190 million attack, it can be pretty powerful combined with some of the treasure train stuff we have. So Barrier of Magic, it already gives 20% damage reduction, not all damage reduction, but still good. Reduces damage sheet by 250% of the hero's attack, invalid against healing, charms, and monsters. And then when being attacked, additionally reduces the damage received by 30% of the hero's attack for 3 rounds. So that is a lot of attack reduction, and puts us well into the high ranks of blocking and everything. So all that seems pretty good here. So we have what? Precision, crit, and holy damage. What's our precision at here? 110. Yeah, we definitely want to keep that. I want to change the holy damage to damage reduction as well. That should be solid. We have everything maxed out here. I don't think there's anything we're changing here. And then maybe go with the active. Maybe frontline allies. Maybe I want to put myself in the front line, and that would help a little bit. The backline get energy. That's not the worst thing in the world. Go for a chance to freeze, but I feel like damage is pretty big. Let's just go with this, and let's try putting him in the front row here. So let's just see what happens. I don't know if this artifact is going to be strong enough for anything. In reality, we could try putting him in the first spot as well. The only other thing I want to look at here, I think we want to go for maybe more all damage reduction, since we don't really have any on our Doom Terminator Vulcan. And he looks pretty tanky. He's taking the hits, and he's really not losing any damage or any power here. Granted, that one almost one-tapped him. Holy cow. Okay, wait a minute. That's a lot of damage incoming. That's actually a ridiculous amount of damage incoming our way. That's not great. Oh my goodness, he almost got taken out by that ping right there. It's really the ping damage from these Gustins that is just ridiculous. And essentially, we kind of need him to just not be linked up, I think, until like the very end. And then maybe he has the survivability to make this happen. I don't know. You see some of these heroes end up being very tanky. Maybe the play is to just put a golden crown on him, but I wanted to see if this artifact could do anything. If this artifact could be powerful enough to... You know, we finally got the energy round 1 from the Monkey Man, so that does mean we CC the enemy a little bit. Granted, that doesn't stop the ping damage, and as you guys can see, we almost got one tap there on the Vulcan, which is not a good look, and then here he goes down. The ping damage from these Gustins is insane how it just transfers the damage over. Their damage and their like beginning around stuff feels like it's not a big deal. It's just when we get these really big hits in, it becomes absolutely insane. It almost makes me wonder what would happen if I put a Vulcan in by himself so there weren't all these additional pings, because I wonder if that is even a thing that could be possible. Like, when you're by yourself, oh my gosh, but then you do that one big hit. I'm gonna try it. I do not think this is going to go well here. We're losing our aura and everything, but like the Gustins themselves don't do damage, but the second he hits, he just one-shots himself. So it really comes down to some insane levels of RNG here that you need to have in order to make this work. Wait, who am I missing? Oh, there you are. There you are. It's crazy how we have like such a powerful Natalia here too. Let's see here. We have a lot of these that give a lot of like damage reduction, control immunity. There's a lot of them that are pretty good here. I think we're gonna go back to you. Let's just see. We're gonna give it one more try with this artifact. I don't think it's really gonna do much, because again, most of the damage that would not be one-shotting him is the natural enemies. But again, we just got linked. Let's go until we get one attempt where Vulcan is not the target of the link, because every single attempt that we've done here so far has done it. If you guys wonder why I click the little icon up here and get rid of it real quick, for some reason it seems like it speeds the animations up a little bit, which is why we do that. Yeah, the damage incoming when the enemies are going isn't that big of a deal. So maybe even on Sun Wukong, we don't need to be running the... Man, it's just once it gets down to the end, like, it is super tanky, but then like the ping damage just instantly just gone. The reflect damage is just ridiculous. Let's do this. Sun Wukong. Yeah, I don't think the Dragon Rui is going to be doing much. Let's get you into just a base golden crown. That is one thing we probably need to do, is we need to craft a ton of extra crowns, like a lot of them, for tankability. So let's see what happens here. Oh no, Vulcan is actually a target of one of those links, which means after we attack, chances are, yep, he already procced Unbending Will. We need to save Unbending Will for round 2. That's the only way we get like multiple actives off. I think the downside of this though is not using the melodic strings is a big deal, because it's so much damage both in round 1, and then if you get lucky enough to get energy in round 2, it can be pretty big. Might get to an active. Is it strong enough though? Nah, it just feels so weak without melodic. So as much as I want this artifact to work, it'll probably work in a lot of other boss waves, enemy waves, all these different things. But when we're talking about Gustins and the way that this hero works, that's where the big issue comes in. So I think the only way we're actually going to make this happen is if we stick with something like the melodic strings. We also need to try to get some energy on him too. And you guys have probably seen it before. We've tried this. I know a lot of people are like, Barry, just go with, oh wait, you know what we could do? Instead of demon bells, we could try some elusive mirrors. It does increase all damage dealt. The problem with that is a lot of times our heroes aren't making it to the next round. We can try putting a couple of them out there and then put demon bells on the other ones, so we have like a little bit of a spread here. Maybe, so that we are of course guaranteed that round 1 active, and then we're following it up with a round 2. I am going to move you back to the back row. I think do something like this. Let's see what happens. Let's see. It could work. It might be disastrous. We did get the full stun because, of course, he has energy. Sun Wukong, that is, at the very beginning of the round. We do, however, once again, have the ping damage going onto the Vulcan. That is bad because that also drains our energy, and that is not good. We do, however, have the 2 mirror survivors, which is good. But, yeah, Vulcan going down. Not going to make a difference here. The downside of running Demon Bells too is you're hitting like every enemy, every single attack, which is a bad thing because that means there are additional pings coming your way. And you can see the end of round ping's not as big of a deal. The hits aren't great, you know, but let's just see if we can get the RNG to line up 1, maybe 2 times with this older strategy. Let's see what happens. So who's linked? Vulcan's linked to 1 of them. That's still probably bad because that means we're taking like 6 hits here. And Vulcan's going to lose the shield right here. Oh, yeah. See, we can't have anybody linked to Vulcan at all. Like, it just cannot happen. If we get linked to Vulcan, it's an instant wipe. And sadly, there's no forfeit button in 2025 still. Like, you cannot forfeit. You can't say, okay, yeah, I'm not going to win this. I quit. No, it just doesn't work that way. Not at all. So let's just see if we can get lucky on one of these attempts coming up here. No. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, this is our moment. We need to get the Demon Bell hits off. We need to hopefully have our Asmodel and our Eos survive. Oh, no. We need them to proc at the end of round. Okay. So yes, we have a round 2 active on our Vulcan, which is the most important part here. It's nowhere near enough damage though, so we'll have to go to the drawing board. We'll have to see what we can make it work. But yeah, the incoming damage is just so great that that even the fun artifact that I've been wanting to build forever doesn't seem to be enough survivability, which is this guy right here, the Augustus Groan. We'll have to see how this turns out. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.